Hello, my name is Abe. Welcome back to Dead Cells. Normal run, please. Yes, thank you very much. No setting up a custom mode and no boss rush. No. I just want to do a normal run today. Been doing too much boss rush lately. Well, I wouldn't say too much. I did like an hour, 2 hours of boss rush I recorded yesterday, and that's too much. I don't want any more because boss rush is really hard. And we're not on the alpha build. I was playing on the alpha build, and then yesterday when I did boss rush, I turned off the alpha build specifically so that if I did manage to get some boss rush progress, it would stick and be a part of my save game. The only reason why I'm not on the alpha build is that if I try to download it, Steam is probably going to crash my internet again. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to play a normal run. But if anyone knows how to make Steam not crash my internet, please let me know. It's my only problem with that application is that sometimes I just don't know how to utilize it properly. Serenade, I like. Boomerang, I like. Serenade, I like. Ice Crossbow, not a big fan of, but I know it can be pretty decent. Root Crossbow is actually pretty interesting. We haven't done a Root Crossbow build in a long time. There's also a freaking baseball bat, but unfortunately you can't hold that and the Root Crossbow at the same time. But here's what I'm thinking. Put this all in your inventory. So I think we want to do it like this, so yeah. Get rid of the cudgel, we'll have a baseball bat in our backpack. Roll survival, I think. And I'm kind of the opinion that I would love to do, oh, dude, let's do it. It's always a good sign when you get one of these on the first floor. It's a Yumi! Yes, okay, hold up, what are we doing? I mean, the hilarious thing is that this is extremely great, and we could roll Yumi with survival, even though it's like completely it's not anti-synergistical, but we want like a root or a stun effect if we're using baseball bat. We don't have to, we could just roll Yumi. Let's give me a second though. I gotta purge this freaking curse, and the crossbow should allow us to purge the curse pretty easily. So let's start there. Just gotta be a little careful. Okay, there's an elite, and he's gonna chase me down. I do wish that I could actually shoot you, but for some reason, you did not want to come towards me at all. And you know what? That's fair. You know, I wouldn't want to step to this either. We're gonna go a little slowly here because of the whole, well, you know. You see me, which I'm not a big fan of. Let me come over here real quick, and then we'll do one of these. Hut. And that'll kill you. Curse has been lifted. Okay, we'll go back and grab the Yumi before we leave, but we'll hold on to this bow for a second because I wanna just play around with it for a minute, you know? I haven't really used the root crossbow in a long time. It works pretty well, honestly, because of the fact that it applies a damage over time effect on enemies. The one time that I was very sad using this was, I believe, don't hit my biters, when I was fighting the giant, and I learned on that fight that the giant does not get rooted, and that's when I started to really pay very close attention to the fact that the giant's kind of a pain in the ass, and that apparently, so I've been told, you can root the giant's eye if the bear trap lands on the fist. Otherwise, it doesn't count as a root, which explains why I've had inconsistent luck getting the root trap to work, but I know that it can work. It's very strange like that, I know. Yeah, it's a decent weapon, this root crossbow. I'm pretty sure it is maybe not people's favorite weapon, but it's a solid weapon. I don't look up like weapon meta or anything like that. I just have my own interpretation of things, and I assume a lot. And sometimes people say, I like this in chat, and I'm like, you're an idiot. I don't say that all the time, but for some weapons I'll say, I don't know if I believe you. Everyone is entitled to be wrong, I suppose. Dernunu, welcome! Was just thinking about you for some reason. Hold on, get out of here, rats. Explosive crossbow, absurdly great, one of the best weapons in the whole game. We're not gonna take it. I'm taking a Yumi on a survival run. This will be hilarious, I hope. These shots are not piercing, but that's entirely a-okay. I don't know why you weren't getting rooted either. Maybe I have to have piercing for the bolts to root, or maybe I was just missing. I don't know. We're almost done with the floor. Let's go grab the Yumi. Barb Tips is pretty good with this. Unfortunately, I'm going survival, to which the root effect can be very helpful, but not so much on bosses, because bosses get resistant to the root. But I'll take the Yumi. We'll take the baseball bat. Excuse me. And if we find, we should have kept the shield. If we find a synergy with this at some point, we'll try to roll it. This is not the teleporter I wanted. This is the teleporter I wanted. Hopefully we'll find something that lets us apply root, even if it is just like a root grenade. But I've had so much fun with the Yumi recently that I really am enamored with the idea of a colorless Yumi. Now the one problem with this, if we could even say it has one and not several problems, is that the Yumi is not going to be great later. Because later on in the game, this thing is going to be a level 5 weapon that's probably gonna be here when we are rocking level 12 equipment. You know, it's gonna be doing half damage maybe compared to a brand new Yumi, but we're not gonna get a colorless Yumi, probably. I would have to guess. It does make me kind of wanna go survival though. Well, I mean, we're going survival. What I meant to say is sorry. Kind of makes me want to go lighthouse though, because with a lighthouse build, I think we can get pretty good damage against those lighthouse minions, and the Yumi is a really funny weapon to use against them as well. So maybe we'll go that route. Let me think about where we're going on this run. We can probably go sewers or arboretum. I kind of want to go arboretum. I don't know if it'll work. This will work on the nest, but yeah, let's go arboretum. I feel like arboretum, the Yumi is going to be just fine. And on the nest, it should be okay. Lots of horizontal spaces. Yumi can maybe yeet some enemies around. Against the Watcher, I don't really want to be using a Yumi, I don't think. Against Nest, all we really just need is anything that applies root for the baseball bat, or we can just put down the turret and it'll just shoot him. I think it'll be fine. You don't need to be chained to the Yumi. That's the other thing, yeah. We can just pick weapons. We can change our run later, but for now, I really want to use this Yumi because it's a hilarious weapon and it's colorless. So I will certainly use it for the time being. Ammo mutation does not apply to the Yumi. I didn't notice that previously. I don't know why I didn't notice that previously, but I see it now. Yeah, so double ammo mutation will not work on the Yumi, and I don't think you can get a Yumi with +3 ammo, which is super unfortunate because then you could just actually spam it, but it's okay. I mean, we are doing a lot of damage, killing enemies in one shot in a lot of situations. Didn't work the way I wanted it to. That's a bit of a jerk move. You're dead. Ooh, we got a new amulet, didn't even notice it. We'll just recycle this one though. Excuse me. gonna be, ooh, it's the wrong color. For a second I was like, ooh, I'm running a bow, a tactics turret will be perfect. Nope, not quite. Get it out of here. Jackman says bank. You want me to go to the bank on this run? I don't know. Thinking about it, I gotta be honest, it does sound pretty decent. Like, the bank, I have a feeling that the Yumi is actually a pretty good weapon to have for the bank. Like with the Yumi, there's lots of long hallways to which we can just yeet enemies down the hallway and to kill other enemies. Gold Gorgers, I don't know how much they get knocked back by the Yumi, but it's gotta be decent, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, who knows? What bank? The bank. Ice bow, very interesting but unnecessary. I'm looking for a strong primary weapon. Alucard's rapier, at some point I will figure out how to utilize that properly. Tombstone. I like it because it does basically the same damage as the crit from the baseball bat, but it's not conditional, and it's also a tombstone. I will grab this tombstone. We're going a bit classic survival, but with the added Yumi, maybe yeeting enemies, allowing us to get a little bit more crowd control. Crowd control to the Yumi weapon. You know, if there's a big enemy or one enemy, we can just hit them with a Yumi and kill them. But if there's a lot of enemies, we can choose, hey, maybe we want to do something like that and actually kill like 3 things. We have options. I like it. And again, I've been trying in Dead Cells more to think about different scenarios for different weapons and not just take a weapon because I like it or because I think it's good. Like, think about, hey, in what situations are you going to use the Tombstone? In what situations are you going to use the Yumi? Are they anti-synergistical or synergistical with one another? Like Wings of the Crow, there's no reason to take it at all because it is a, well, that didn't work. Comes close. There we go. I think as long as we keep to our principles, we'll be fine. Principles of, you know, just don't get hit. Use weapons where appropriate. Use what's fun. Consider when weapons will be more useful. Bonk. Also, the Tombstone is just incredibly satisfying. One of my favorite weapons in the whole damn game. Maybe my actual favorite weapon. Although again, the scissors have been incredible, but you know, if we're only talking about weapons that are available in the current version of the game that I'm playing, well, scissors are not available because I'm not on the alpha right now. Higher. Lots of food. Might want to go gastronomy immediately after this floor. Probably didn't need to go disengagement. But the one time you don't take it, that's the time when you're actually just gonna die. Clunk. That's gonna hurt. We did get to 60, but like I could tell that hit was coming. The one negative with the Tombstone is that since the third hit is like a lunge, it is sometimes extremely difficult to avoid over jumping an enemy and just completely missing them, which I would like to avoid, but it throws you pretty far in one direction. It's kind of like the, what's the other weapon that does that? It throws you. Oh, the tonfas, except the tonfas is, I think, is way worse than that. Anything over here real quick? Nope. All right. We're nearly done with the floor. There might be like one area left to explore up here. There's one more passageway, and then we can bail on this floor, go down to the prison. You know what, since I'm here, I'll just pick it up. We don't have gastronomy yet, no reason to save it or anything. Carl Chaos, welcome, hello. How you doing today? There we go. Probably should have been hit. In fact, definitely should have been hit. I understand completely, by the way, why they don't want to give you additional ammo with the Yumi. Because if you think about it, in theory, I suppose you could just keep throwing enemies constantly to the point where they can't even approach you. You know, if you can just fire, 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 nothing can hit you. So I can completely understand the need for this thing not to have like 10 ammo, but I just want to yeet. I just want to yeet the enemies. This is the wrong direction, but we'll get a teleporter, so it's fine. 2 scrolls, scroll fragments, my god. What bow is that? This is the Gilded Yumi. It's a colorless version of the bow, which is why I'm able to use it effectively with survival. It's a great weapon that will yeet all the enemies that it hits to their death, and it's just very fun to use. And my other weapon, of course, is the Tombstone, for when you just need things to die. There are a bunch of enemies down there. I wanna fight more because I feel like we're missing an elite. Maybe not. You should die. Maybe not. Maybe so. I feel like we should have fought one more elite on this floor. That's not because I have any specific game knowledge. It's just more because it just feels like we haven't fought too many of them. Carl Chaos says, my heating broke on Friday night last week, sitting here freezing, about to get it fixed this week. Hopefully you're not actually freezing. It's been extremely warm-ish summer temperatures here. Bob, welcome. When another Gungeon run? Are you desperate for another run of Gungeon? I haven't played Gungeon in quite a bit. I'll fully admit to that, but it's one of those, you know, absence makes the heart grow fonder sort of things. I wonder how much delay before coming back to Gungeon will give me that much more pleasure when we get back to Gungeon. You know, maybe if I don't play it for a year and then we play some more Gungeon, it'll be like, oh yes, this is what games are supposed to be like. I remember when video games were good, when I was your age. Is this a Queen in the Sea weapon? You know, honestly, I don't know if the Gilded Yumi is a Queen in the Sea weapon. I don't play every single update in Gungeon, or it's not in Gungeon, but in Dead Cells, sometimes I do skip a few. So this could have been, this could have been from the Queen. It could have been in a slightly different update. I do not know. I'm sure chat could tell us exactly, or could look it up. It's from the Servants. Is this Euterpe's bow? Euterpe doesn't fire a Yumi though, does she? Well, her bow doesn't push, but maybe our version of the bow pushes. I don't know. We good? We good. There's a couple of games that I need to come back to, not just Gungeon. I keep being told to go back and play some more, Dicey Dungeons. I never went back to that game after they added a few more game modes. It is Euterpe, okay. Maybe that at some point, maybe Gungeon, who knows? Hey, Crowcat. Yeah, give me gastronomy. I would very much like to get the Acrobata pack, probably next. But opening up the next floor with a damage bonus is pretty nice. Electric Whip. Will not be taking this. The shock damage is okay, but so effectively this thing does like 1300 DPS. It's barely above freezing at night, says Carl Chaos. Sorry to hear that. I have had my worst like living experience was when we had an extremely severe snowstorm. This happened many years ago, and it basically completely knocked out the power that we had for like a week. Still all three of them. For a week, it was like the middle of winter, 0-degree temperatures, and we had no power and no heating. It was not a fun time. Yeah, you need to come to me. And then you're actually not dead, huh? Very big surprise. There's an enemy down here. One big and one of those guys. I'm gonna wait. They should. You know what? Just punch him and kill him. There we go. All right. Speed it up a bit. You're not dead? Oh, I guess you didn't hit anything. I guess I can just smack him. Hello. I got him as he was spinning. The one problem with the Yumi, it's not a huge problem, but if you don't kill anything with it, move, I got stuck. It's gonna hurt, but we're gonna get our HP back like immediately. That was unfortunate. It's always the elites that it's always the elites that have the freaking crystals, you know? And that guy, he hit me twice because I was like, I don't know, I guess stuck in my using the tombstone animation. Didn't quite kill you, it's okay. That'll do it. 1200 damage. We need a little bit more damage on this thing if we're gonna keep using it longer than just like this floor. We'll get that later. Ow! But really, that's what the Yumi's for. Creating space, maybe not necessarily getting all the kills, you know? It's another elite. Got him. I don't know what the heck was happening there. Got most of them. Malaise has been cleared. Malaise has been cleared, everybody. Where the hell are we going? Hold on. Wipe you. It's been a long floor, it feels. This floor is always a bit chaotic. The enemies get pretty rough. That's gonna hurt, but we killed him. Because you know what it is? I think it's because our attack cannot be interrupted. I can't dodge roll if I get hit when I'm using the tombstone. That's why I got comboed by that elite, I'm pretty certain. That would actually make a lot of sense. It does. All right, let me do a loop back here. Take a drink of coffee. Ah, good cold brew. My friend Chris has, I talk about him a lot, it seems. He leads a slightly more interesting life than me, I think, but this is just related to coffee, which is maybe not necessarily the most interesting thing in the world. But he has a sous vide machine, and he sous vide coffee. That's what that's what it is. He just sous vide it, then put it in the fridge, made it into like a hot cold brew. It's all right. I'll take coffee in whatever form I can. All right, let's look at weapons. See if there's anything maybe better. Broadsword damage bonus is minor. We'll keep the tombstone. Better tombstone. So this one is better, but it does lose the 20% damage bonus that the current one has. So I think we should just wait, and we'll upgrade in the future for a different weapon. Throwable objects is, of course, very, very nice. Blocked attacks inflict damage on nearby enemies, critical damage if the parry is successful. Versus bleeding on nearby enemies. I guess they are functionally equivalent, right? Does damage to nearby enemies when you parry. I believe that will work with an acrobata pack. We don't have to take acrobata pack. We could take something else. I'm trying to think of any, I love that they get stuck. I'm trying to think of any mutation I would like to take. No Mercy is pretty decent, but I feel like I'm doing enough damage that I'm killing enemies in one hit. We don't have like a DOT effect at all. So No Mercy's probably not what I'm looking for. We'll probably go Acrobata back just to be safe. I like it for the nest floor because of all of the arrow shooters. We can just roll, knock their arrows back, and probably do a decent amount of damage to them. Maybe not kill them immediately, but... Was there food on this floor, or did I already recycle it? Maybe we just didn't find the wall food, because I did eat food. That's fine. Thirsty shield worse. Never mind. Dun, dun, dun. Ah, there it is. I go through the whole floor looking for this damn thing, and it's right by the exit. God damn it. I forgot that it can appear there. What's funny is that I do not believe that the floor rune can appear on the corrupted prison at the exit, but it can appear here because this exit has two different exits to it. It's the ossuary and the nest, and so because of like the level design, the floor room can spawn there, but it can't spawn in the equivalent location in the corrupted prison. Very, very interesting. We could just go to the ossuary. Ossuary bridge. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I don't go to the ossuary enough, and I think with the Yumi, we're gonna have a good time. No Mercy Tombstone. I don't think No Mercy Tombstone, well, I mean, it could, in theory, get a kill on an enemy, that it wouldn't otherwise get, but you really want like a DOT, I think, to have no mercy. I don't like Ossuary 5BC, says Dragon Blade. I do not like the spiky boys that can appear here, but we have a very good anti-spiky boy build. It's called shoot an arrow at their face. So I'm very happy to do that to them. Counterattack. Spite. Soldiers resistance. Lots of good mutations. I think the one that I want is just Acrobata Pack for now, or Armadillo Pack for now. I've been tempted recently to do a lot more Wish builds. I haven't actually done it, but I think maybe after the first boss, I'll be tempted to take a Wish. Maybe like right before the second boss. What the heck? I didn't see him rolling in there. Hey, get out of here. Cool. That worked. we need to leave some enemies alive because there's a cursed chest here, but we can kill a lot and still have enough enemies on screen. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're gonna aggro, unfortunately. How do we get out of this place? Now get out of here. Ah, there we go. Way. These long hallways are annoying with melees. That's actually an extremely good point. And you're completely correct about that. There's a lot of long hallways and a lot of platforming in the ossuary. It does take a little while to get through, and I can see that being a very good point for why this might be at a very annoying location on 5BC. But I figure we haven't been here in a while. I don't come here as often as maybe I should. Okay, that was a little rough. There is a healing... That was incorrect. There is a healing shop on this floor. As soon as we find it, we will we'll heal up, obviously, because I'm taking a little bit more damage than I would care to admit. Oh, God. Just relax. Just chill, be careful. Find the food shop. Oh. Yes. Okay. I wanted to kill him for the malaise reduction, but it was probably very unnecessary. Okay. Very good. I'm a little scared because I do need a little bit of HP. I hate the bomber guys, but they're not the worst. Hey, you. More HP. You've been a little annoying, I'll admit. You've cost me a little bit more HP than I would care to admit, but I think this is a food shop. Okay, good. Buy the HP. No, buy the malaise reduction as well. I suppose because there is a guaranteed food shop here, any malaise that you get, you can just pay to remove it. Now, does that make it the floor pay for itself? I don't know. Again! Hold on. You know, maybe I'll just chill for a minute. I'll come get you later. Because you're gonna be a rather annoying enemy to kill. We still need to find the freaking... We need to find... Didn't actually need to come down here and kill you. Need to find the bonus chest. Bonus chest. Bonus. So, you know, any ranged enemy, I'm just gonna leave him behind. Like, you stay there. I got hit. Probably not gonna get to 60. Yo, Lossuary's hard. I do feel like it might be a little harder than the nests. There's a lot going on the floor, you know. Kushmir, welcome. How you doing? Some elite. A lot of ranged enemies. Get out of here. I'll let everything else live that was up there as a few enemies, but at least we killed the elite, and we know that we're not gonna have like a crystal elite or something to deal with. Random weapons. I don't think I'm looking for a replacement right now. Where the heck is our bonus chest? I suppose it's not a bonus chest. It's a, you have to do this to stay on par. Well, I'm still looking for it. There it is. Hopefully that guy doesn't want to come down here and kill me. Oh, wow. Well, it might be an upgrade to the Yumi. It's a freaking Nerves of Steel. You know, it's better, but... Very interesting. I hope he's dead. How many enemies are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plenty. Let's start simple. There's 2 enemies up here to kill. Are you invisible? No, but you don't count, unfortunately. Neither do you. All right. We're not done with the malaise. It is still ticking up, which might be for the best. So that's an elite, but he's not gonna be problematic, I don't think. I did run past a lot of enemies here, so they're probably gonna try to teleport to me, but let's just be a little bit careful as we move up. Abuse the heck out of our range here. You're on your own. Which means I should just be able to do that. You two are annoying. You're gonna try to shoot me. Ah, you know what? Here's what I like. Ready? Okay, they're all dead. Killing you is quite handy. Very unusual. It's like, I think I understand it. When you knock those guys off of a ledge, they will still create goop from where they were on the ledge, not where they are. So they keep spawning the goop enemies above me. Or behind me. Very strange. Hey, Quark, thank you for the gift sub to Taco Sunday. Is he purposefully making hand puns when using the whistle? You'll never know. Weren't some mutations reworked last update? Asks Dragonblade. That is the... Thank you again, Quark, for the gift sub. By the way, mutations are being reworked for the next update to Dead Cells, which will be released at some point in the future. Changes include this one here. You can't see my mouse cursor. That's a benefit, I think. Activate a force field. Disengagement will trigger once per biome instead of once every 3 minutes. And there's other changes as well, like combo, which apparently people are enjoying. I have not had the opportunity to make a good combo run work with it, and we're not on the alpha version of the game right now. This is the current version of the game. Thank you again, Quark. I think she just likes hearing the caca. Still like to make more of those at some point. Curse lifted. All right. Get out of here. I think she does. Thank you again. I think what doesn't kill me is now a huge chunk of recovery. That's my understanding of what doesn't kill me, and there's another one that does it as well. It gives you recovery instead of healing you. I don't understand how those work. In theory, I understand it, but giving you recovery in BC5, the recovery meter goes down so quickly. How do you actually get any healing out of that? Like, I just can't figure out the actual use case for it now. I'm going to kill you. You hit me, but I don't care. I killed you. There's a shop. Still enemies left to kill, so let's go get them. Disengagement doesn't actually do what it says. Yeah, they are going to change it, but currently it still works as it should. Well, as it currently does, I should say. Currently it works in the alpha as it currently works in the game, which is 3 minutes. Assuming that it will change. I'm not gonna spin to win the boss. We should be able to kill him. Which I think is kind of amusing, because they changed the text in the game, but they didn't actually change it to do something different. Clearly an oversight. What is recovery? So recovery, also known as rally, is what happens when you get hit and your green health bar turns yellow. Have you ever played Bloodborne? In that game, when you get hit, if you hit an enemy, you recover health. It's the same thing in Dead Cells. If you get hit, you can hit the enemies to heal. It's a way to reward aggression. And it is one of the reasons why you may have noticed it in this run. Anyone watching on YouTube can certainly just like go back and rewatch it. Whenever I think I'm about to get hit and I'm using something like the tombstone, I'll say, oh, this is gonna hurt, but it's okay, I'm gonna heal off of it. You'll notice I get hit, I'm in the middle of my animation, the tombstone says you don't get interrupted when you attack, so I attack, hit the enemy, recover a large portion of my health, and sometimes I end up taking 0 damage even though like 1/3 of my HP went away. That's because I healed off of it from recovery. It's a good mechanic. It is, because it helps keep the speed of the game higher. I'm gonna go look at that tombstone again, because I'm debating still taking the tombstone over the Nerves of Steel. Nerves of Steel is just incredible. But the tombstone damage is roughly equivalent, and we already have a ranged weapon. So I think we'll get rid of the nerves. Do one of these. Although I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna take the bow, and I will probably use it for the boss. Because I hate this boss's like AoE aura he does. While he's doing that, I can just shoot him with arrows and kill him easily. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. And then for the next floor, we'll dump it and we'll find new equipment. Ow. Oh, let's go heal. Well, rather eat the food. We'll have a 50% damage bonus thanks to gastronomy. I didn't notice anything on the floor, so we're just gonna grab it and go. It encourages you to not run away if you get hit. And not only that, it helps you to more effectively utilize heavy weapons. There's a reason why, you know, if I'm one-on-one with an enemy with the tombstone, I will let them hit me because I know I can heal off of it. I know I'm not going to be punished too much for the use of a big, slow, heavy weapon. So it can work. It can work pretty reliably, too. And he says to make it as confusing as possible, innate conditional lifesteal. I suppose, yeah. Or revenge trigger. I know we're not doing anything with the parry shield, but we don't need it here. In fact, I'd rather not have parry shield active, and another mutation doesn't really matter. Yo, that wall works? That's incredible. Hey, get out of here. That's awesome. You can hit him against the laser wall and he still takes damage. That's really cool. Dun, 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 dun. Does giving a huge chunk of recovery mean turning the orange green, or does it mean giving you orange? So currently, you know what? Let's go look at the mutation. I'll be able to explain it there. Yeah, get away from me. I wonder why they never buffed Concierge. He doesn't need a buff. He's literally the first boss of the game. He's okay as he is. Infantry grenade. That's a good grenade. 4-second cooldown, 2,800 damage. I can take that. I can accept this. What is it? Spreads oil? It's such a bad modifier. But, you know, whatever. We'll probably replace it later. So I'll show you. What doesn't kill me? Right now, it gives you 4% health back. That's strong. They're gonna change it to give you 4% health as recovery. So you can heal, but you have to be more active about it. Not only do you have to parry, you have to follow up that parry with an attack in order to get your healing back. So it's adding a condition to the healing. And then there's another one, Necromancy. I think they're gonna change this to when you kill an enemy, you get recovery. So you have to follow it up with something else. And there is a reason for this. The reason to make these changes is because they're trying to reduce the amount of straight up passives that exist in the game. Passivity is not the style of Dead Cells. Dead Cells is all about being active and aggressive. So forcing you to combo a parry into an attack or forcing you to combo a kill into another kill helps to keep the pace of the game higher. That's why they're also changing disengagement. Right now, it gives you a 2-minute, I thought it was a 3-minute. This says 2-minute cooldown on a heal. Making it once per biome means sitting still for 2 minutes and waiting for this to recharge is now no longer a factor. You know, if you get hit and you use disengagement, you just got to keep going. You know, recovery, velocity, speed buff increased, longer recovery time. You know, if you want to heal, you could take this and then you have more time to get the healing out of it. It's all, and get rich quick. It's all about trying to keep up the speed and pace of the game. It's also why they had changed things like Hunter's Instinct. You know, originally this was just flat skill cooldown reduction. Now it's an active skill cooldown reduction. You have to do something to get the benefit, e.g. kill things. Just trying to reduce the passivity of the game. They've done a pretty good job of that over time. Where are we going? We grab this, put this away in the backpack. We can go to the Fractured Shrines and get some legendary loot. Let's do it. No! Honey says, I prefer powerful grenade because I can never remember to use the infantry grenade every 4 seconds. Also, the benefit is like pretty bad. Spreads oil. Like, it's one of the, like, infantry grenade spreads oil. Giant whistle spreads oil. Okay, why is infantry grenade legendary? It's not worth it, but I'm gonna take it for now. Was that the bank? It was the bank. But the banking system! I'm not gonna go to the bank. I wanna go get loot. Somewhat cantankerous. I like the loot. A loot. A loot. Okay, you fell to your death. That wasn't even me. What do we got? Wanted to see if there were gonna be any, he's coming. Wanted to see if there were gonna be any enemies in there. Maybe we could come back and, kill them to get our curse taken care of, but what the heck? Well, I'll get you later. I'll get you now. Watch out for these. This looks like a pretty easy climb. That's not a very difficult little dodge there. We'll check out this little climb real quick. I'm gonna kill anything on this roof. Nothing on the roof. Anything on this platform? An elite? A nasty elite too, who did die in one hit, which is fantastic. Okay, and then we'll go back for the curse. I kind of like doing it relatively quickly. What? Heard they made a secret update that you can get 20,000 bucks in a string attached in the bank. Oh, I'm well aware of the price you must pay for 20,000 gold. 12,000 DPS? I mean, I already do 12,000 DPS. I don't even need to parry a projectile. Projectile. The only tricky jump is this. It's not even that tricky. All right. 1 kill. 2 kill. 4 kills. 5. 2 more. I love it that they know it's coming. Oh, you don't get moved. You are impervious to the knockback. It makes sense. You are actually huge. Marksman's bow, stuns, oil grenade. Victims burn when they die. I mean, this is pretty much just better than the grenade we currently have, and corrosive cloud is double stacks. I gotta look at that Marksman's bow though. Like, what if we roll survival where our whole deal is Yumi followed by Marksman's bow? We knock the enemies back and then we just shoot them. It's a terrible, like, it's a good tactics build, but we're not tactics. But this is a good combination. I kind of like it. I'm trying to think how effective this would be against some of the bosses we're going to be fighting in all likelihood. Survival bow build, let's go. I do enjoy it, I do. And we still have the Nerves of Steel, by the way, which is 14,000 DPS. This is 19,000. Plus damage at max HP, crits up, ammo up, piercing. You know what, let's go for it. So, if anything survives the yeet, we just immediately follow it up with one of those. It actually seems extremely effective. I don't think I've ever rolled Yumi and Marksman's bow before. I've rolled Yumi and another bow. Good damage, high health, enjoy. I guess that's the idea. Thank you. Now, the problem, of course, is that if anything is next to us, we don't do any damage. Oh my god. We cannot be near enemies with the Marksman's bow, but that's kind of what the Yumi's for. We just have to make sure that we keep, you know, one shot available in Yumi, because if I engage with the Marksman's bow from a close distance, that's not how you want to work it. Wonder how kill rhythm would work. I was just thinking that because I noticed that as is, we fire the Marksman's bow very quickly. Makes me think that we don't really need a, Hey, get out of here. Makes me feel like we don't actually need a, kill rhythm because it's already fast enough, but that's probably stupid. You probably always want to have, you know, faster weapons. Okay, I was gonna say, did you not die? Plunk. I'd probably like to, keep... You're dead. I'd probably like to keep another mutation, then go with kill rhythm. Though to be fair, We are rolling. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, my malaise is higher than I thought it was. No, like, no wonder these enemies are spawning faster. Get out of here. With only 2 ammo on Yumi, kill rhythm would be wasted. That's another thing that I'm thinking, is that I'm already engaging like this and pretty much not having enough ammo in the Yumi already. Every time. Okay. Ow! And my weapons need to be faster as is. Okay. Get out of here. It's the end, not quite. Maybe I need to be a little bit more invested in using my my grenade, but I am not using it as often as I should. With a 4-second cooldown, you've got to be on top of it. I think he tried to parry the arrow while it was stuck to him, and that was kind of hilarious. Hold on, I'm coming. I'll admit that the, sorry, I'll get to puberty one of these days. And I'll admit, I'm really liking the damage of this little tiny grenade. It's actually doing more than I thought it would. You know, it's getting kills and everything. Ah! Well, I do enjoy that. Excuse me. All right, should be one more passageway, I think. Checkman says, "Oh, geez, oh!" I need to practice as well, getting the crit range on the Marksman's bow. It's not as high as you think it is, but if an enemy is far enough away from me, I shouldn't open up with the Yumi. I should open up with just a shot. You know what? Let's get a shield. And I'm recycling the tombstone. You're not gonna like this, but let's do it. Ranged survival build. I'll go to the shop and buy food before we leave. So we're good there. Good there. Found both the food items. Was there? I feel like I left something behind, but I forgot what it was. So, pardon me for recycling in front of you like this. I did forget about this. Sometimes I wish you could roll shops by item type instead of stat. You can. If you go into options, gameplay. You know, it might be in custom mode, Connie. There's an option for rolling shops by like melee, shields, and ranged weapons. You can turn that on. It's somewhere. It's somewhere. I forget where, but it's somewhere. You have to turn it on for the whole run, though. It's not like you can go up to a shop and say, for this shop, I would like any weapon. For this shop, I would like... something brutality. So it's for the whole run, but it is there somewhere. It was in older patches, they left it in custom. Well, there's also, I forget the name of it. It's like merchandise categories. Isn't that the same thing? Like, without that on, you know what, without that on, it's random equipment, isn't it? And then with it on, the categories are either brutality, tactics, survival, or if you go to custom options, it's melee, ranged, and shields. And then I don't know what it is for skills. I think it's like power, skills, and turrets or traps or something. Maybe that's how it's differentiated. I don't know. But yeah, you should check it out if that is something you're interested in. I have to wonder though, Connie, why would you like it to be by category instead of stats? Because most of the time, you know, if you're rolling brutality, you want brutality equipment. So where's the advantage for you? Is it something related to wish? Because in theory, you could go wish from... you could go wish and then just look in, like, survival for something, if you want something from survival. I don't know why my map is broken. Don't worry about it. Where are we going on this run? I would like to go Lighthouse. From our current location, we can fight any boss. We could fight Mausoleum boss. I don't think we have a good run for that. How can you see the map like that? So from this screen, the bottom, switch map display. It allows you to show the paths. There should be thumbnails on each of these indicators. For some reason, they're not showing up. It's just a bug that I've experienced before. So don't worry about it too much. Guardian's Haven Clock Room. I think I want to go Clock. I think I want to go Clock, Shipwreck, Lighthouse. We've been fighting the Lighthouse minions a lot lately, but it's a fun fight with the Yumi, and I want to try it again. So we'll go Sepulchre probably, because I don't like the clock tower. Maybe if you want a shield, you could roll shields. That is true, Connie. But because there's a few different shields in the item pools, I find myself getting shields if I want a shield pretty frequently. This only shows you the paths you've taken, but you don't need to unlock it. Yes, once you do a route, it'll show up as line indicators. I think I'm missing a route. Oh, you know what? I was missing Derelict Distillery Lighthouse, and then we did it. So now I'm not missing anything, I don't think. Astronomy, disengagement. Yeah, I like this. I like this. I like going to the Sepulchre. Sepulchre's a fun floor. Already enemies is nice. We just have to find our oh, get out of here. We just have to find our I'm gonna go back for a light. I know there's one right there, but I want to leave the enemy behind. Already tons of enemies, we just have to find that which we are looking for. Go here. There's our exit. Yeah, a few enemies left behind. I was gonna say, I think that it's gonna be up there. Our cursed chest, but surely we would have seen it by now. Normally it's the first thing you find on this floor, so the fact that we haven't found it makes me just a little, oops, not concerned, but confused. Ah, there it is. Holy water. Probably just going to recycle this. It burns. Doesn't seem particularly interesting. Malaise tiers increase, but we got plenty of time. Let's go kill some enemies. Okay. Whoa! That's strange. Wow, we only have to kill 2 more enemies, it looks like. That's a bit of a waste. And that should be it right there. That was a very fast and easy curse. But that's what happens when you have a whole bunch of enemies that you know where they are and what they are. Enemies inside cell door 3 and 4. Hank Bob, I have a question. Is that consistent? Are there always enemies inside the same doors? Or does it vary? Because I feel like I've had it vary. Like some runs, there's enemies. In particular, in the Dilapidated Arboretum, there's a door that has cells behind it. I feel like sometimes there's enemies and sometimes there's not enemies, but I might just be completely misremembering. I don't know. I don't remember. That's the problem, I suppose. Let's see. There's nothing behind the 2-cell door. At least I think it was a 2-cell door. In this biome, it's always 100%. Ah, so it's biome related. Okay. That would certainly explain the variability that I notice. And that would certainly explain why it seems like on this floor it's consistent, because in theory it's 100% chance on this floor. Okay. It's a neat little piece of information. You know what? Kill him. Oh, okay, I'll go back for the gold. I don't know why there's a little lag there. I made sure that when I started my run today that I had the correct display settings enabled in Windows, so I didn't get weird, horrible lag I had to restart for. I was gonna say, it kind of looked like a strange room. It would have been weird if this was another, another cursed chest. Not impossible, though. Bleeding. I like the parry shield. What? Does Yumi penetrate shields? Let's see, 4-door enemies. Well, so far, it works. Are you dead yet? How do I get to you? Thank you. Serenade. 59,000 DPS heavy crossbow after you charge it up. I don't think you can get me to take a heavy crossbow, considering until I understand how it works, I just don't want to take it because I think that its damage is calculated incorrectly. One of these days, maybe I'll look into it a little bit more and figure out how it works. Alright, goodbye, infantry grenade. I'm going back to the turret. Look, you might not like this, but this is what peak performance looks like. The grenade is just, it's not good enough. You didn't even drop any equipment. Now that's funny. Hey. There we go. Yep. So this elite, because they're a normally teleporty elite, they will leave the comfort of their own crystals to come after you. I'm glad I had that right from that previous discussion we had the other day regarding that exact mechanic. Oh, come on. There we go, there we go, there we go. I definitely took a little bit of damage from the darkness, but that's okay. You can afford to take a little bit there. Grenade's great if you remember to spam it. It just doesn't do enough for me. I need something that's a little bit stronger. Who's the elite? Gotta say, I love just one-shotting everything. Another secret. Ugh. You can build around it with scheme, I guess. Can you? Because I have a bit of a complaint regarding that freaking infantry grenade. The other day, I had a barricade. Well, no, it wasn't barricade. It was the diverse deck. I was rolling electrodynamics, and whenever I used the infantry grenade, it would not charge electrodynamics. Maybe it doesn't work with scheme either. Maybe scheme doesn't work with the hook. Maybe if it needs to have a longer, you know, recharge for the weapon or something. But I've been in situations previously where I could not use the infantry grenade to power something up. Hey, get out of here. Hey, could you like leave me alone for a second? It works with scheme, it doesn't work with electrodynamics. Yeah, but like, why? Anything under 10 seconds doesn't spawn an orb. You know, it's one of those things where it's like they're trying to change a few of the mutations with the future update, trying to increase the speed of the game and whatnot, and then they have that item where basically the best way to use electrodynamics is sit in a room for like 30 seconds, wait for your abilities to come off of cooldown, spam it, get 3 orbs, then move forward. Ugh, I don't get it. But when I noticed that the other day, I was frustrated because I couldn't charge up electrodynamics. I only had one skill. got rid of my other skill to take the damn thing. Should say so on the item. Or it should just work. Oh no! Someone is, you know, using a weapon to power up a skill quickly. Let the player do it. You know, it doesn't. Let the player have their fun. Yeah, it's okay. But also, infantry grenade. I never use it as much as I should. You are a jerk. I gotta go grab some light. Never use it as much as I should. Really should, though. Doesn't do as much damage as I would like it to. Oh my god. We done? I think we're done. It's like 2 enemies left, but we don't need to kill them. 2 food items. And a shop, which has nothing in it that we can actually get. So, let's leave. Doesn't matter what direction we go in. We're grabbing the food, and I think we're gonna try to fight Clock Boss with a Yumi and a Marksman's bow. We're gonna want to be at range. We're probably gonna have to do some dodge roll parries, but you know what? It is what it is. All right. I think we'll keep our mutations as well, because we're gonna want gastronomy for the next floor. I feel like parry shield is good for this fight. Don't really think we need to reroll any modifiers. The bow currently has like 50% damage at maximum health, so we could heal and get a sizable little damage upgrade. It's actually not the worst idea in the world, I think. If we do that, we could also take Tainted Flask, which has also been changed, by the way, in the upcoming Dead Cells update. This will recharge your flask not only if it's empty, which I think is extremely nice. You can just take Tainted Flask and keep getting flask refills over the course of a run. That seems phenomenal and is going to turn this into a top tier choice, I think. I wonder if it'll work with the elites that are transformed due to melees. Bang, 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 bang. So we're on Let's Finish This already. Dude, she's dead. So the Yumi bow, what I'm noticing is that it doesn't push her back very far, but it interrupts her, and because the Marksman's bow stuns, she couldn't actually do any of her ranged attacks. She got interrupted, and then immediately wanted to rush at me and try to hit me again with her sword. That could be luck, or it could just be a good interaction, but yeah, Marksman's bow with the stun, interrupting bosses, that worked very well. And we got a second flawless. See, why can't I do this in boss rush? God damn it. And I could have healed to get more damage from the bow, which I really should have done. All right. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I mean... Because no legendaries. I only have the Marksman's bow acting as a legendary right now. Legendary Serenade, huh? I think you can get a legendary on the 2nd and the 4th boss doors, which is cool. Lasts indefinitely. So here's what I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of thinking for a minute. How does this fit into the lighthouse? Because I want to go to lighthouse. With Yumi's bow, I just want to see it in action. I want to play with this. How do we use this on the lighthouse? With Yumi's bow and Marksman's bow, the enemies teleport to me frequently, so we need to hit them with the Serenade, then Yumi them away, but the Yumi's got a bit of a charge up time on it with the shot. So it's like, hit him with the Serenade, roll behind him, Yumi them, Serenade should get a kill when I release it, and then we can fire off a Marksman's bow. Like, because what I like about the Giant Whistle is that it's just a lot of damage. It's just a one-off, boom, does a lot of damage. And I like the cannon because there's a lot of just horizontal spaces. But maybe what we want is burst damage, in which case we can take this in the whistle and ignore the cannon. So if there's an opportunity for a melee hit, we can take it. Otherwise, and there will be, otherwise we can just use the Marksman's bow, hit the enemy a few times, yeet him away. Like, so here's the plan, right? An enemy's in front of me. Smack, 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 roll, flop, flip, fire, shoot. So smack, 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 roll LT, Y, X. Smack, smack, roll LT. Nope, that's wrong. Smack, smack, roll LT, Y, X. Like, it's got like a real combo associated with it. I don't know if I like that or not. It's not as mindless. RR for stun damage. Rolling reload? What the heck is RR? Could take kill rhythm. Soldier's resistance is just nice to, you know, survive. We want gastronomy. There's no reason to swap before the floor because we want gastronomy. We're gonna keep it. So I think we'll just do the lighthouse and then we will figure out what we're doing. You know, let me look something up. I'm looking up the biome map. Like usual. I want to see how many scrolls are in the distillery and the shipwreck. The shipwreck has bonus scrolls. Okay, so there's no reason to go to the distillery. Yeah, the shipwreck gives you more, so we'll go there. Oh, reroll for stun damage. Reroll what for stun damage? The Serenade? It already has plus 15% damage, and we're not really applying too many status effects. Maybe we can find some way of getting like fire damage. Maybe we reroll Yumi and we look for a like projectiles leave trail of flames, and then we can have spreads oil plus 100% damage against burning oil targets. But let's do the floor and then reroll at the very end, because we might swap out some equipment. I don't want to reroll and then get like a better Giant's Whistle or something, you know? This is a very fun run so far. Oh, we're gonna lose gastronomy like immediately. By the way, bonus kill. There's lots of long open hallways in this biome as well. Lots of opportunities to just fire down a hallway and hopefully get some kills. Okay, scroll. We're going heavy survival, of course. Wonder what the maximum health. Wonder what the maximum health on a run you could get is. Like, theoretically, if you got every scroll available, I will probably get extra jumps. Theoretically, if you get every scroll available, what's the highest you could get? So many cells. 911, never forget. This may have been the wrong direction. We're never gonna want that. Okay, keep moving. Finally found some enemies. This Marksman's bow does pierce, but because it aims, you don't really get knocked back. Because it aims, it is a little hard to hit enemies reliably. Oh, that's not what I meant to do, of course. What I mean by that is, like, if I'm on another level from the enemies, or there's two enemies, one tall and one short, sometimes it's a little hard to aim, because I can't really aim it. The bow just aims itself. Wolf trap. Would we want a wolf trap? Would we want to maybe lock down the lighthouse or the queen? The queen is super weak to rooting. She'll get hit by the traps. So it is kind of tempting to go out of ammo. Goodbye. It is kind of tempting to go you know what? Just go die. With the wolf trap. But I do like the giant fist though. Go. Actually engaged with that correctly for once, I think. What the heck is this? Legendary Wrenching Whip makes the victims bleed plus damage on a bleeding target. It's like half the damage of the bow. It's probably way more likely to use the effect of it, of course, because I just have to hit the enemy with it, but yeah, that's a sell. Did we ever find like a random legendary on a shelf on this run? Because if we didn't, shouldn't we have found one by now? Well, maybe we'll find one on this floor. Excuse me. Apparently if I just run around enough. What the heck? There we go. Apparently if I just run around enough, my sword kills everything. Up until that moment anyways. Let's heal. We got plenty of heals. I have a feeling this build is very bad. Like, I have a feeling that I'm gonna have a really hard time doing damage to the lighthouse minions because the marksman's bow is not gonna work that well. But I think that's for the ascent. I think when we're actually done with the climb, it'll be okay. I can just roll through that, but... Careful. Wrenching Whip, it's always a sell. I haven't used it in a while. I know what it does. It's got like a whip kick with a very short range kick. Not one of my my favorite items. That's what we're talking about. That's what we need to see more often. Just shoot at, 3 enemies in a row at a distance. One of them's an elite. Wipe them handily. Hey, knock it off. Another wolf trap, and a very strong symmetrical lance. It's like if I toss down the wolf trap and run from the enemy, I can hit him with my marksman's bow, probably. If I can get like 2 or 3 hits in on an enemy when they're stuck in the wolf trap, I'm gonna do it. I think it's okay. I hope it's okay anyways. Dude, I have not seen any floor runes, by the way. Not floor runes, but secret runes. I found the bonus scroll. I don't know what they're called. I just call them all floor runes because I have no knowledge of what they're supposed to be called. At least we did find that one as soon as I brought it up though, so you know what? More power to me. Perhaps also boost hand. Boost hand. Boost hand. Might help the serenade, allowing it to do a little bit of damage when I'm not paying attention to it. Where are we going? Let's go down. There's always a long floor. You know what I might do? I might actually go with kill rhythm. Not a cursed chest. Shop. I think it would be kind of funny to quickly alternate. Now that we have 31 points in survival, it could be interesting. Giant's Head had plus root affix, but you sold it. Ah, well, I mean, I don't think I'm gonna get rid of the Serenade. You know, against the servants, if I can hit them a couple of times, that Serenade damage can be quite severe, and it's also doing damage passively, which I think makes up for the fact that, yeah, the Giant's Fist does 100,000, but we're gonna have the Serenade do damage passively over the same time period. So over 20 seconds, this thing should do 160,000 damage even on a non-crit. So it's already doing more than the Giant's Fist. It's not in a burst, but that's fine. That's the way I'm gonna interpret the numbers anyways. Not a big fan of the biters, but they're not going to be a problem on the boss fight. They're just here now. Do we get a legendary for defeating the lighthouse minions? I actually don't think we do. But I was just thinking about that right now. I was like, wait a minute. I don't know if we do. I don't think we do. It's just a complete dead end. Why are there blue squares on the map? Oh, whoa, 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 I see it. Not food, but it's okay. Weird place for there to be a blue square. I guess we'll just look, see what there is in the shop. We should have maybe even gotten a wish. Man, the damage from this is very good. But my build is already kind of set, and it's funny. Also, you're not a mimic. We should go look at the other shop. $11, $9. I don't think we need to buy that. I don't know what I would look for, though. 16,000 DPS cannon. Spreads oil, burns when destroyed. We don't have like a burning oil synergy or anything like that. But the wolf trap spreads oil and burns when destroyed, so we can get at least some sort of a burning oil synergy with the wolf trap. Maybe we should have gone for a better wolf trap. You're not a mimic though. Let's go. I think we're done. This is... it's close enough. Now we just have to decide on whether or not I'm actually going to use a heal. I might want to re-roll and look for some synergies. And or change mutations. We're gonna keep gastronomy. We can probably get rid of acrobatic or armadillo pack. What I like about it is that when we fight the queen, dodge rolling through her attacks when she grabs my arrows and shoots them back at me almost kills her immediately. It does so much damage with the parry shield. So I really just kind of want to roll through those projectiles on that phase of the fight and then just hope that it ices her. Let's see what we got. Oil and burn. So I think we should look for better damage on burning oil. Spreads oil, victims burn. Critical hits up, 50% damage at max HP, stuns. Plus 3 ammo. Burning oil. Okay. Plus damage on a rooted target. Crits up, victims burn when they die. Victims release a toxic cloud. Shots leave a trail of flames plus damage on a burning target. It's less damage than the original version. Like, complete waste of cash. I have no money to reroll anything else except maybe this. There you go. Okay. It's absolute garbage, but we have flames and oil and burning oil synergies and damage synergies, so, you know, I don't know. I wasted so much money on that. Let's get out of here before I spend more. I don't have any more money to spend. Like, this is it. I'm broke. Da-da, da-da, da-da. Man, I miss going to the caverns and getting level 12 loot and extra stats on amulets and such. We should do that. All right. Oh, thank you. Yeah, she's gone. Didn't even use our bows at all, but that's what we have Serenade for. Learning to love Serenade, gotta admit. I mean, that worked very well. Hello. I took damage from fire. So we certainly lost the flawless already. I don't think there's a door though. Didn't mean to do that. Could you like stop jumping around? What happened to the other boss? I think she's dead. Put her into the fire easily enough. You're flying? That's good. Ah, there you are. Good to see you. Let me grab the Serenade and have her do some crits. There you go. Dude, the fighting has been phenomenal, but I do think I took one tiny iota of burn damage on the way up. Hey, come here. I do love throwing him off the level. I don't know what happened to the one with the bow. It's like, if I hit him with Serenade when they're trying to flee, they don't join me for the next phase of the fight or something? I have no idea. They're all dead. That's pretty decent. Yeah, it's like it aggroes incorrectly or something. That's kind of funny. Whoa! Move, 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 move. Where are you going? Hey. It looks so stupid when you knock him back. I love it! This was like the easiest fight I've ever had against them. Dude, Yumi's bow, Marksman's bow, is an incredible combination. I took no damage from the enemies. I may have been burned once. Like one tick of burn damage, I may have noticed. But that was like the most fun fight I've had against him in a long time. Not the best, because I have like killed him almost instantly with like a legendary giant killer or something, but that was a blast. Slowly losing gastronomy. We'll swap gastronomy out for the next fight, for sure. For sure. And yeah, there is no legendary. I should have realized that, but... Reset mutations. We will take disengagement, armadillo pack, and then you know what? Why don't you just give me like 40% more health? 31,000. That was your Yumi from the first floor. From the first chest, the first item was this colorless Yumi, and it's just so much fun. Should have worked pretty well here, as you know, too. Actually, I need her to be closer. Yes. Oh, she didn't grab as many as I thought she would. Oh! Oh, whatever. You're fully... Stop being so full of yourself. I guess the die is cast then. More like, I guess I'll die then. Not quite as good of a fight against the queen, but dude, to kill the minions, the servants, flawlessly was a lot of fun, and makes me feel really good. It gives me a new idea, maybe for fighting them in boss rush too. You keep gastro boosts after ditching it. Yes! Which is why you save it, you keep it for the lighthouse floor because there's 2 food, guaranteed, and then you can ditch it for the queen. Dun, 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 dun. Probably also part of the reason why we did so much damage to them, because I was stacking up 4 gastronomy by the end there. Just about at the end of the fight is when we lost our gastronomy bonus. Dude, that was a fun run! Yumi is, like, I don't know. I feel like when I first, oh, sorry about that camera. I feel like the first time, or one of the first times that I tried the Yumi, I was like, I don't know if I like it. When I tried like the tombstone, I was like, eh. But like, I'm loving these weird movement weapons now. From things like the Yumi, even Mushroom Boy. Like, I don't care if the enemy gets away from me. It depends on your loadout, of course. I'm not gonna take Mushroom Boy with Tombstone, but I'm loving these movement characteristic items. And the Yumi in particular is just very hilarious and extremely great, except when you are unable to actually get a kill on an enemy. You know, if it's just a long hallway with no walls, you're not really doing that much. But there's so many situations where you can yeet enemies into walls or off of levels and platforms. Hitting stuff to walls is viscerally fun to me, says Pasty Cake. And for me, it's like killing things with the tombstone and then seeing 10 stone slabs spawn, fall onto the enemies' heads, and then kill them. It's amazing. Wait, is Abe saying he likes Mushroom Boy? I like him more today than I did yesterday, and I liked him more yesterday than I did the day before, but I don't think he's that good. Art of Bobridge, welcome! This has been a good run. I had fun with it. I hope you did as well. For those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch for when I go live. Support the channel, any of the links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Dead Cells.